Hey friends, it's Asher again. I wanted to make a video about something I heard some people talking about online that clicked with me, which was if both of your parents or one is a narcissist and you basically are suffering through like parental alienation, which is your parents kind of alienate you, you're not loved really the proper way. And that's how I grew up with a narcissistic father who wasn't available to love. And so I wasn't like, I guess you could say that like the things you would think that you and your dad would do growing up as a kid, I never had that. Like I never went to a baseball game with my father ever. I've never been to a baseball game with my dad or a football game, or like my dad never took me outside to like throw a football around with me or do any sports like that. So I got into sports myself. Excuse my cigarette, but it's a painful topic to talk about. Um, and so I grew up with two parents who, in a sense, weren't capable really of showing a whole lot of love, whether that's physical, like hugs, or just by saying I love you. So I grew up always looking like needing love so much that it affected the relationships that I got into because I was needy in a sense, I guess. And I always was searching for that person that would show me the unconditional love or the love that I was always looking for. And so I attracted other narcissistic women to myself in a sense. And so I hurt myself by doing that because it's hard to be with a narcissist, especially if you're an empath, because they feed off of your positivity and your light. And in a sense, they try to drag you down to their level to dim your light down a little bit because I guess maybe they're jealous of it in a sense. I don't know. But so I had those problems in my relationships. I was attracting a type A person when I'm a type B person, and so it all reflected back to my parents. And I've been like trying to talk with my mom and work stuff out with her, but I think at this point, between both my parents, the relationship is so damaged that there's not much left there to fix. We could talk for about 15, 20 minutes. I'll tell them I'm okay, and that's it. They're ready to get off the phone. So it's hard to deal with, I guess, as a child, but you do the best you can, right? Some people have worse. Uh, and I remember a friend saying that his dad used to hit him, and he would say, "Well, at least I know my dad knows I'm there when he's hitting me." And I said, "Yeah, well." And we were going back and forth about which is worse, if your parents hit you or if they ignore you. And I said, I think they're both bad. They both hurt just the same. And I'd rather be ignored than hit by my parent anyway. Because at some point I start hitting people back when they hit me. So, and I don't like to be hurt. I don't like to hurt other people, right? Nobody does. Some people do like to hurt other people. That's the problem. So, uh, I never had that physical issue with my parents, but I was ignored a lot and I was left to myself. And so I had friends, but I was always, I didn't like have a lot of friends over. Try to explain why my dad was always not around that much. He was in his own room or whatever doing his thing. So if you have the similar thing with your parents, and maybe that was your karmic lesson that you know, were here to learn, because they say you choose your parents before you reincarnate, if that's true, right? So you chose it. You chose the circumstance that you're in, I think, for a reason, and you have to try to figure out, why am I in this circumstance? Am I supposed to forgive my parents and just unconditionally love them? Yeah, pretty much. But you know, are you going to be able to psychoanalyze them and figure it out? Probably not. So don't try to do it. Um, and if you have neither parent giving you love, or you're not in touch with either one of your parents anymore, which a lot of people aren't, or you're a product of divorce like I was, and it's going to be even more hard. And so you first are going to have to love yourself unconditionally and forgive yourself for everything you've done, mistakes you feel like you made, and then you'll be able to truly love yourself, and then another person will love you in the way that I think you're looking for it. So if you don't realize this, then what you'll do is, like what I did, is you will attract the wrong person for you, and you'll stay in it for an undetermined amount of time. And for me, it was years and years and years. And then at the end of that, you'll realize I was with the wrong person, and I wasted all that time, and I hurt myself, and they got hurt or whatever, and it became a whole mess, right? And then I've seen people do that over and over and over. It's like they'll break up with one guy, a girl, and they'll just go get the same type dude again, just a different guy. Same attributes, same attitude. And until you figure out that what you're doing wrong, you're going to keep attracting the wrong person. So it's a process, and it's painful, but maybe stay single for a while in between. I have a lot of friends, and they break up, and it's like, boom, they're right into another thing, and I could never do that. I'd stay single for quite some time after I break up with someone. And this time around, I just never got back into another relationship, so I've been single for like a really, really long time. And by staying single for this long, I found a clarity of mind where, I don't know what it is, but it's like there's a pressure being in a relationship for me, so I guess that's because of dating a narcissist. You're walking around on eggshells, kind of, and you don't want to have an issue rise, and so you have to get out of that mindset and just be yourself and realize that, yeah, like the next person has to accept me for who I am. It's not going to be like I'm just going to settle, you know. So getting back to the parent issue, it's a real problem for someone like me because you don't have a close relationship with either one of your parents, and it's hurtful. And and you can't explain why. They just don't like you as much. They like my sister more than me, and my sister doesn't talk to my dad at all, and I talk to my dad and my mom. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. And my dad, we're just never going to be close. It's just the way it is. So you just have to forgive it and realize that your parents are flawed just like you and like anyone, right? And so forgive them and just, that's it. Move on. And either have a relationship, whatever you can with them, or don't. And that's your choice. My sister didn't want to do it no more. So what can I say? But the main point of what I'm trying to say about this is, don't debase yourself, right? Don't be so desperate to be loved that you will just go debase yourself into a relationship where you're not treated with the respect that you deserve, or you're being hurt in some way, or you are being lessened, right? So if you're with a guy or a girl and she's abusive towards you verbally or in some other way, then you need to walk away right there. That has to be a boundary. You don't lay hands on me. I don't lay hands on you. We're in a loving relationship. That shouldn't come up. And, arguments are going to happen. But the point is that if you're fighting all the time, then you need to realize something's wrong. And if you're being hurt in some way by someone you love, then something's wrong. Then you need to walk away or take a break or something. So be ready to do that. Have enough of respect for yourself to say, I'm not going to debase myself in this thing, and I'm not going to allow someone to hurt me just because I won't be alone. Because a lot of people do it. And that's your choice. You have free will, right? But I got tired of doing that. So I'd rather be by myself, and I'll get to the answers of where I feel like I need to address and then deal with it. So that's my 2 cents on that. And if you're not loved by your family, then you find a new family. That's all. You find others, friends, other relatives maybe, and you substitute them out. That's all. Love is all over the place. You can find it. So don't cry about it, It'll be all right. And you'll find a a new love someday when the time's right for you to find it. When you've reached that peaceful place inside yourself where you are emanating love out, and then love will come back. If you have unresolved karma or unresolved issues, then people won't want to be around you because they can feel that there's something in imbalance in you. And that's it. So be well. I love you guys. Don't debase yourself. Be proud of yourself at all times, and always speak good of yourself when you speak to yourself, about yourself to others. And it's not like from an ego place. Just don't talk bad about yourself, right? Love yourself. All right. Be well. Peace.